Hello, everybody. It's this is commentary Dennis here. It has been a while, chat room. Okay, it has been a while, and you know what? I haven't posted anything in a while, kind of for a reason. Now I'm talking over footage of myself, just kind of practicing, like my martial arts, which has been something that I've been doing a lot recently. Not the best session I ever had. I actually initially recorded one version of this video with me talking while I'm out here, and let me say this video is about making bad art, and I do find it kind of hilarious that after one attempt at making bad art, which is also this attempt, I decided that it was too bad and that my bad art needed to be not as bad. So this is my less bad art. I will say, yeah, not the best session. You're definitely going to see me throw some. Yeah, I do bump it there. You see my head turn, because my goal in this, whenever I'm doing this exercise, is to not hit the pole. Uh, and while doing that, I will say not my best work, especially some of my big spinning back kicks. But the video isn't about this specific training session. Um, Even though after my second try recording, it does happen to rain. There's the bad spinning back kick. It happens to rain during this session, and the entire thing gets wet. But this video ultimately is about making bad art and perfectionism. So if you haven't seen my last video, if you haven't seen it and you do want to watch it and end up watching it, watch like the last half of the video. That's where I actually put in like my actual energy into it. But part of the reason why I haven't been making some stuff recently has been because my perfectionist mindset has kind of chased me to always one upping myself, which is why my process of creativity tends to be extremely slow. If you look through my catalog of videos, you'll see um, a lot of big projects that kind of like have a lot of effort put into them, and they're very much like spanning a long period of time between each upload. My last video took me 13, 14 months to make. I went through a whole era of living in Colorado and I think moving back from Colorado while I made this video. I started my life in one place, went through an entirely different place and ended making that video back in an entirely different place again. And the truth is, I do kind of want to make a big thing. I want to make a big project. My next project, I know what it is. I've known what it is for a long time. It's a long time coming, inspired by a lot of other YouTubers who've made similar projects. It's gonna the idea is it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be something in vein of Parkour Civilization. You can actually see it start raining right now, which is yeah, it just keeps raining for most of this, by the way. Yeah, me jumping around. Having fun. I'm loving it. But the idea of the next video is essentially parkour civilization, but it's melee. Um, that's the whole idea, and it has been a cycle of me trying to figure out how to make like essentially my last video three times over. Um, with but this time telling a story, and I realized I can't really do that. If you watch my last video, it's hyper edited. Every second poured into it has some kind of edit hidden in there, at least one.
Starting to get a little slippery out
Yeah,
here.
it is getting slippery out there. Thank you, past Dennis. Um, yeah, it's a
Yeah, test mic.
yeah. It definitely was something that like I have to come to terms with, which is like I want to make a movie, a whole ass movie with a story, and I want to have like 3D models made for it. I already have some 3D models made for it, and like my desire was to create a whole world and like a 2D world 3D modeled to like set this whole story inside, and I would like make it from scratch, and I would have like scenes that would only be on screen for like 5 minutes out of this hour long video that would be a whole 3D set, like thought out and planned. And eventually I kind of just realized like I can't really do that, right? Like it would take me literally 7 years. I would have to go through, learn Blender from scratch. I would have to learn how to port Blender assets. That was not your best kick. Yeah, you could see him shaking his head. Uh, I would have to learn how to port Blender assets. Not even, yeah, it was better, but port Blender assets. There you go. Port Blender assets into Melee. Make sure that those work, and that whole process is not the best. Um, and like I think I looked at a video. There's like a 15-minute tutorial about how to take a melee model or like a model and port it into melee, and it went through like 8 different programs to get one model into the game. And I was like, I don't think I can learn to do that. I started really having to come to terms with the fact that I really had to downscale the size of this project into something that would not take 7 years. Because let's be real, I don't know where the world's going to be in 7 years. There's a lot of uncertainty right now about how that is all going to pan out. And like it's no matter what, this is going to take a long time to make this project. At the very least, I'm thinking 3 years. Which some people might say is still too long of a time to make this kind of video, but you know what? I like making big projects. I like coming out and having, huge amounts of effort poured into one thing and then showing everybody all at once the beauty of what I have made. And I do want to do that, but I ultimately came to terms with the fact that number one, I would have to severely drop my standards for creativity for what this is going to be. And number two, even then, after dropping my standards, I think the only way that I could get over my own perfectionism was to make bad art. And that's kind of what this is. It's kind of, I watched a video from a fella named Jack Mernon. We used to go to high school together. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I saw a video of his and I, hit the notification bell just because I want to see more of his stuff. And I kept watching, and he would just make videos of himself like going to the beach before the sunrise to watch the sunrise, playing some guitar while watching the sunrise, hopping to the ocean while it's cold, talking to strangers. And I kind of realized like art doesn't need to be all of that, you know? Art doesn't have to necessarily be the grandest story you've ever told with all the political intrigue that also has all the best animations that you could possibly make while incorporating all the little details exclusively that you wanted to make on all the in jokes and on inviting different people and I realized like this is the kind of video I needed to make. I needed to make bad art. And you could debate whether or not this is art. I'd argue that this is more art than any of the AI slop that people have been making recently. And oh, hold up. He's about to.
A squirrel just, I've never seen a squirrel trip and fall so comedically bad. It's like, imagine like running on ice in a cartoon, but it was a squirrel on the fence line.
Yeah, going back yeah, that squirrel did like legitimately like Wile E. Coyote that shit. I've never seen a squirrel fuck up that badly. Anyways, yeah, I haven't been making much creative stuff recently, and what you're really watching right now is kind of what my creative outlet has been this whole time. Like a one-man show for myself in my backyard, in the backyard of my grandparents' house, throwing hands at this pole while typically listening to music, trying to fight with the music, and giving myself kind of a one-man like show because it's been one of the only outlets that feels very real. And but I want to, show I've always wanted to show art to people, right? I've always wanted to show things to people about how beautiful of a thing that I can make, but it's been difficult trying to find that motivation in these current times and trying to really fight my own perfectionism. And I think that's been the most difficult part this whole time. Has been fighting my own perfectionism because I want to take the things in my head and I want to put them on the screen and into the audio exactly as I saw them the first time I saw them. Nice shit. Uh, and the truth is, you can't really do that. Okay, this is dangerous,
You've
but
done this one before.
I'd never done this one before, is what I just said. Yeah, I did not look good. I didn't look good doing it. You could really tell. Um, but like, especially I've realized like AI and stuff. AI has risen, but there are still people who make art, and I see them all the time. I subscribe to them all the time. I see the stuff that they make, and ultimately, I can say that AI is the reason that I'm not being creative right now. All I want, but at the end of the day, I think it really does boil down to being a perfectionist and feeling like I can't make something, especially I can't make something as good as I want it to be without people thinking that it's AI. And I've been rewatching the video that inspired me, Parkour Civilization, and kind of realizing like how simple the editing of that video series really was, and how a lot of the story really does a lot of the heavy lifting and the pacing of it. In that, maybe if I want to make a video like this, I shouldn't try relying on the editing that I'm so good at. I need to I think I just need to be like, let's make something that isn't, because ultimately people won't see what I didn't add. Oh, okay, my grandpa just turned on something. But people won't see what I don't add. Like people won't see all the missed ideas on the floor. They'll see the product for what it is. And if I try to do too much, like at the end of the day, people are going to see that you tried to do too much, but they're not going to see all the stuff that you didn't do. They're just going to see, what you did. Maybe they'll think about what you could have done and what you thought of. But at the end of the day, if you're making an hour long production like I'm thinking of doing, or multi-hour thing, that was not your best back hook kick. I'm gonna be real. But it is. Yeah, I'm kind of talking a little bad right now. Trying to adapt a new arm guard. I'm trying to work this one out for MMA. But I really like. I just came to the conclusion ultimately that I needed to make something, and that's kind of what this video is. It's something. It's something that needs to be made, and I realized that probably a lot of the audio has been lost just because this mic is the absolute worst and is falling apart. But I needed to make something, bro. I needed to make something, and I needed to put it out there, and I needed to get it out there that I can just make something that isn't that good and get it out there. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, I'm really looking how I'm holding this guard right now, and it's not the best thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, trying to do some Muay Thai shit. It's not working out, but yeah, I don't know. This video has just been like a small modicum of what I have experienced the whole time. uh, while I've been gone and what I've been thinking about and how I'm really going to do this. Yeah, he's done. I'm kind of done talking. Um, I guess I'll catch y'all later and really see.
Was not expecting it to rain, I'll be real.
Yeah, I know.
Where this gamer's at.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think I just got to start working on. And mind you, this project I'm talking about, it will take a while to come out. Especially because
Where
with
the
my new
GG
constraints
box.
that I have to add more writing constraints really about what I want to do because
Where's
at the end of the day, um, if I want this to be what I want to see it as, it's going to take like 7 years.
here?
But if I really consolidate it into
You just killed
what
someone.
it can be with what I have, it will not take that long. And maybe it will
Somebody's
be
on the ground.
something even better than what I had initially asked for, just because it will come out in a reasonable amount of time. So Yeah, that's
Little
my
crunch.
attempt at making a bad video and updating you guys. So
I thought you said a
I
flatline.
guess I'll catch you all later.
Crazy.
Um, See you whenever I decide to
Oh,
make a
okay.
bad
Yep.
video, or who
I
knows,
remember.
maybe my next one will be an attempt at a good video. So see you all later. Hey, so editing Dennis here again. I've been watching this old TF2 footage, or Titanfall 2
Not
footage.
to speak.
Yeah, peeking in through this weird thing over here,
Ain't
and
even see
I
it.
kind of
Ain't
realized
even see it.
like how much footage that I just have of just this of me having like gamer moments just hitting stuff that I always wanted to save but I
It's one
never
thing
ever
Counter Strike's taught me
used. And now
over the
I'm
past
really
couple of years.
tempted to do like commentary
Angles.
over this old footage or like do a style where like pull up some old footage and I just do commentary talking over like what I'm going through in the current moment because like
Okay.
I don't know, this is kind of cool to actually make use of
Man,
some of
game's
this
being
footage that I
popping.
never really got to make
You know,
use of
peeking
the
places.
entire time,
People
and
want to
just
play.
like
You know,
actually
that's how they
take it
want to
and
play.
put it out there and do something with it. So even through the process of editing this video, I've already given myself some ideas of what I can do because I have a lot of
Oh, yeah,
Titanfall
still
2
chugging that
footage
script in.
that I've always wanted to do
Well, you know,
and
fast and
make
still
use of it.
respectable.
So
Respectful.
I guess that's the lesson. Like make bad stuff, it will give you ideas. I
You
don't
know,
know how I
changing
have
the header
7
up.
kills in this match with the Kraber when uh,
Yeah.
people really aren't really doing any of that. But yeah, and
What?
now this is the actual end of the video. So
What do you
goodbye,
mean?
everybody.